Hey everybody, it's Kathy P. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to cover the Shanquella Robinson story. The girl that went to Cabo with 6 of her friends. The friends came back. She didn't. There's some really horrific video I'm going to be showing in here about what happened. Apparently there was a fight between her and what is supposed to be one of her female friends. There's some rumors going around about the female that was hitting on her. This is just a crazy story. It's just insane, and there needs to be justice for this girl. They went to Cabo, I guess, for a 3-day weekend to celebrate a friend's birthday, and Shaniqua, she was 25 years old, beautiful young girl, beautiful. She was pretty badly beaten. The friends tried to play this off like it was alcohol poisoning and changed their stories up several times. And well, finally, the family, after thousands of dollars and weeks, was able to get a copy of the autopsy and get her remains back home so they could lay her to rest. And the autopsy report states that she had a broken neck and a cracked spine. Okay, there was no alcohol poisoning. It clearly states she was beaten, because when you see this video, how she was wailed on, trust and believe, there was markings all over her face. And it's rumored to be that the woman that was beating on her is transgender. I don't know. I'm just saying what's out there, and this is being put out there by the friends that were involved in this whole situation, and of course they're turning on each other. The girl that did the actual beating is supposedly in hiding in Connecticut somewhere, but I'm going to play you some of sWorld because they have where the friends are starting to turn on each other that were involved, and some background on the friends that are involved, which of course it's going to go left like that. Because they're going to throw each other under the bus, trying to save each other's asses, because something clearly is wrong here. And in the video, I mean, I have questions, but I'll get to that when I show this. But there's a lot of questions here, and none of this adds up. None of it's making sense. Why was she naked in front of several men, including this female? And it just seems like she was being made to... She was the only one that was naked. Everybody else was dressed. There's clearly 2 other guys in that room. You can see the one towards the end of the video, and then the one recording it, and he actually talks and encourages her, tells her to fight back. But just the way it was set up, the girl's totally naked, and she's just... It's almost to me like she was being made to even participate, period. I don't know, something is just not right about this whole situation. Again, like I'm saying, she was the only one that was naked. And in front of these guys, and this girl, and they just stood there and watched her get beat like that. What kind of friendship is that? Something just... It just, when she walks over, like, when the girl starts wailing on her, it's almost like she was made to do it. Almost like she had no choice. Like, I mean, because it makes no sense to me. And I know I keep concentrating on the fact that she was unclothed. But why is she the only one? And it just seems like she was being made to do what was going on. What did they set this girl up? What was going on? I mean, there's rumors about the one dude being an artist. Supposedly 4 women have come forward. What was going on in that room? It just, I don't know. There's so many questions here. But the bottom line is, Mexican authorities did nothing. Okay, how can you tell these people it was accidental alcohol poisoning when she was clearly beaten? It states that in the autopsy. It states that her neck was broken. Her spine was cracked. what, how do they justify no foul play in this? I don't, come on now, you know? Americans bring a lot of tourism and money to your country, and this is how, I'm glad the FBI is now involved. Hopefully Mexico will do the right thing, an investigation, a thorough investigation, now that we're 3 weeks or so later. Hopefully they still will and can, and it leads to where it leads. This woman was clearly beaten. There needs to be justice for her and for her family. This is just a really sad story. It's just a really, really sad story. But let's get into the news reports, because I'm playing from Queen City News. They have done some in-depth work on stories on this, video after video. You want any of the details, go to WBTV, the Queen City News. It's Channel 3. They have all the details. I mean, they did a lot of work on this. But I know other creators have covered this, and it's great. sWorld, which I'm going to play some of hers. I know Down the Rabbit Hole News did. And there's more. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep talking about this. Go to change.org. Sign the petition. Let's keep the pressure on, so maybe it will be justice in this case, however it goes. But there's clearly something wrong here. There's clearly foul play. This girl was beaten. And I am going to show the video clip of the beating, so I'm going to let you all know. It's not going to come up for a while, and I'll give you all a real warning, because it's pretty graphic, and it's pretty, wow. But yeah, this is just such a sad story. Let's get into the news.
Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef. They was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, something, salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again, and she never made it back home.
Robinson's mom, Salamandra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
And the autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Said that she had been, she had a broken neck, and her spine in the back was cracked. Wow. She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. But answers have been hard to come by.
You know, I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte.
What? Are they serious? The Mexican authorities actually released a statement stating that there's no clear evidence of foul play? The girl was beaten. Her neck was broken. Her spine was cracked. Her face had to have been a mess. I seen the clips of the video. No foul play. Are you kidding me? Wow. There was no alcohol poisoning. Are you kidding me? Oh, this poor family.
Her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident.
I don't either.
And they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae. In the section where police could have noted any sign of intoxication, it says, person found unconscious on her living room.
And they didn't call us to the very last minute. And then on top of that, they said the maid found them.
The group stayed here at Villa Linda 32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m. an estimated 15 minutes after her injury. We obtained a list of 7 guests who signed into the villa.
Okay, within 15 minutes of her injury, she had passed away. That's how brutal that beating was. To snap someone's neck completely like that, and to have another part of her spine fractured, cracked, but there's no foul play. She was clearly beaten. You could tell by her face, by the bruising. Are you kidding me? What is going on here? Wow. And they just let these people leave, all 6 of her friends, her so-called friends, and they even claimed they were BFFs. Girl, them friends. But why was this not handled the right, proper way? What is going on here? Let's just keep this pressure on. Hopefully it will get something done. It'll accomplish something. Not negative pressure. Let's keep it all positive. This was a beautiful young 25-year-old woman who was brutalized. She deserves justice and should have justice, and so should her family. They should have the answers that they're seeking. But let's get back into it.
And with a viral video that is making us ask more questions about the death of a 25-year-old Charlotte woman. Shanquella Robinson was found dead in Cabo, Mexico nearly 3 weeks ago. Her parents say she'd gone there on a trip with friends, but what happened next? We first told you about her mysterious death here at 11 o'clock last Friday night. Well, since that story aired, the headline has gotten lots of attention on WBTV.com and with celebrities and blogs asking questions. Well, tonight the FBI tells WBTV it has its hands on...
Thank God people are getting involved the right way with this, because there is a lot of questions. None of it makes sense. None of it. But there is clear evidence that this girl was beat. So come on, I got questions. Why is the Mexican authorities not, I get it that it's tourism and they don't care, blah, 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 and how things happen down there, but this woman was clearly beaten. Wow.
A graphic video that her family says could help find answers. Our Brandon Hamilton is live outside the FBI headquarters in Charlotte tonight. So Brandon, what do you have?
Well, Molly, that video you mentioned has now gone viral on social media. In fact, the feds have also told me they have their hands on that same exact video, which is why tonight we are outside.
Okay, so the feds do have the video. Now, there's only a clip of it released. I don't know if I'm assuming there's even more to the video that has not been released. But again, that's just my opinion. But there's parts, I think, of that video that haven't been shown, and that's probably a good thing, because the FBI needs it. They need to thoroughly get on Mexico's ass and make them do something about this. But, let's get back into this. I think there's more video out there that hasn't been shown.
The FBI. Now, Shanquella Robinson's family tells me that video is key to proving she did not die from alcohol poisoning, which is what they were originally told. But I do want to warn you tonight again, Shanquella's family wants you and investigators to see this video. It is very graphic.
It's horrific.
Nearly 2.5 weeks since Shanquella Robinson's death, her family still doesn't know what happened to her.
We're not going to stop until we get to the end of it.
I get to the bottom of it.
We're going to get to the end of this.
No, it's not going to happen, No, I've been crying, I'm hurt. I'm hurting all the way around.
Last Friday night, Bernard...
Oh my God, these poor parents. I just couldn't even imagine what they're going through. And to not be able to get any straight answers. Come on. Mexico, she was a guest in your country. Her family deserves at least that much. But to treat it the way you have, wow.
And Salamandra Robinson sat down to talk with me one-on-one. They said they believe their daughter's death was a result of foul play. But how and why? 5 days after that interview,
the
we
video.
now know this.
Guys, it's here. I'm going to show a little bit more of it than they are, but this is horrific and it's graphic, so you may not want to watch.
Viral video on social media could lead to an answer. That's at least what the...
And see, in the beginning of the video, something just doesn't add up with the whole situation. In my opinion, it's almost like she's being forced into this. And she, again, is the only one unclothed. Now, there's two guys, which you can see. There's the guy recording it, doing the talking, and then there's a guy standing beside him. Why didn't anybody stop this? Instead, they were trying to get her to fight back. It's like this was all a setup. It just seems like it was a setup. I'm sorry, but it just really does. Something just from the start of this, when he started filming. And again, I have lots of best friends, but I don't run around nude in front of them, especially male best friends. So, yeah, something just isn't sitting right.
Robinsons are hoping it is graphic and shows an apparent fight. We've blurred some parts because right now, we want to be clear. No one has been charged with any crime. But Shanquella's parents say
Mexico
it is
didn't
her
care.
in the video. And the FBI in Charlotte tells WBTV the video has their attention. Quote, the video was referred to the FBI and we encourage anyone with related photos or video to contact the FBI. Shanquella's family also provided this, a copy of her death certificate. They say this document shows foul play. Severe spinal cord injury was one of the causes of death listed.
It's in God's hands, and God gonna give her justice. God gonna give me justice. I'm a praying man. I serve the Lord.
Oh my, them parents. Oh my gosh. Something needs done here. There does need to be a thorough investigation. And at 3 weeks in, and no crime scene, but they do have the autopsy, and hopefully they took some pictures. I'm not sure how, if Mexico runs their autopsies like we do, who knows. Being that it was a foreigner that was there visiting, hopefully they did a good autopsy and kept accurate records, but I just don't know. Regardless, the cause of death clearly states that it was from a broken neck and a fractured spine. How's that not foul play? It clearly states she was beaten. There's evidence of a severe beating. How is that not foul play? When it was claimed it was alcohol poisoning, yet there was no alcohol poisoning. Yeah. Like I said, in just my opinion, something just is off about the whole thing. I'm getting ready to show you the clip of the video, and it's horrific. It's worse than the one you just seen because you can actually see more. It's not blurred. So I just want everybody to know it's going to be coming up in a minute or two. Yeah.
And Molly, I do want to reiterate that video again that you just saw is the new information tonight that the FBI has their hands on it. Now, as far as information in general, it has been hard to get an answer. I did reach out to the Mexican consulate multiple times today, and finally late tonight I was told to contact the embassy. Right now they are closed, so I will be reaching out again tomorrow. Again, those answers that Shanquella Robinson's family is looking for, we are asking again. Now, you can see that full interview from Friday on our website at WBTV.com. We're live tonight in Charlotte. Brandon Hamilton, WBTV, on your side.
Trying to get answers for those parents, Brandon. Thank you.
Okay, now the video's coming up. It's graphic. It's horrific. It may be triggering. You may not want to watch it. I'm thinking there's more video out there than this 25-second clip. And hopefully just the FBI is the only ones that have it. Because it doesn't, wow. And they can use it to put pressure on Mexico to do something. Because, yeah, this girl was horrifically. But in this video, what I'm seeing here is this other girl's already is ready, okay? Now this girl comes out totally naked in front of all these people. And like I said before, do you run around naked in front of your male best friends? I don't think so. In my opinion, just what I'm saying is like she's being forced to even be in this so-called fight where she was beat down. I'm looking at those, and everybody else is clothed but her. So apparently that was her room. I don't know. There's more to it here, and there's more than that's coming out. And I know I said it before, but this girl, it seems, was set up. There's just this isn't right. You're going to go to Cabo with your good friends, and one of your good friends is going to turn around and beat the crap out of you? Yes. And again, why was she the only one not clothed? And just watch the video in the very beginning. It's almost like she knows she has no choice but to do this. It's something wasn't right, especially, with the article that's come out about the dude, the one so-called best friend, and the accusations coming out about him being an artist with, there's one that made a statement, and in the article it lists 3 others. So what was really going on here? And again, why is she the only one naked? And then there's rumors that the female that's actually doing the beatdown is really transgender. So is it a guy? I don't know. This is just crazy. But this video speaks a lot. But let's get into it. And I'm telling you, people, it's shocking. You see how she goes over like she has no choice? And look, they're standing there filming this.
At least fight back.
Look, she's not doing anything. She's not even trying to defend herself. Nothing. And then I think the girl goes back over to her. And they stop the video. At least they quit. They didn't show any more of the video. But she heads right back over to her. That girl's sitting there defenseless, totally defenseless, never doing anything. And in the beginning of the video, she was pulled out of the bathroom or something. I mean, maybe she was jumping in the shower or something. But this was, I don't know. This just seemed like a setup to me. And something more is going on here. It's almost like she knew she had to go over there and take this beat down. She had no choice. Like, something, I don't know. Yeah, it's not adding up at all. But this video was horrific.
All new at 6 o'clock.
I just sit back and wait on. It's like I said, she's going to get justice.
Oh, my gosh.
This Charlotte family questions about their daughter's death in Mexico now getting the attention of the FBI. It's been 2.5 weeks since their daughter, Shanquella Robinson, died while on a trip to Cabo with friends, and her family wants answers now. Thanks for trusting WBTV. Appreciate you being here. I'm Jamie Bowl.
I'm Molly Grantham. Since we first spoke to Shanquella's parents last week, there's a new piece of evidence that federal investigators are looking at. Our Brandon Hamilton has been following every development. He is now live. Brandon, there's a viral video that's being looked at tonight.
Molly, that is correct. In fact, I have been in touch with the FBI office here in Charlotte, which is why we are here tonight. The FBI tells me they have seen that viral video and also been sent that viral video on social media. Now, we are not showing the full video. We're only going to show a screenshot of the video. It is very graphic, showing an apparent fight that happened inside a villa in Cabo, Mexico. We've blurred some of this because right now, no one has been charged with any crime. Shanquella's family told me it was her in the video, and they wanted this to also be shown. Now, again, why this video is so important, the FBI is now asking for anyone with information to come forward. The FBI office here in Charlotte gave us a statement which says, quote, the video was referred to the FBI, and we encourage anyone with related photos or video to contact the FBI. Again, there is a lot of information we're working to find out, including where any of the investigation stands. That is difficult because it spans 2 different countries. Last week, the State Department confirmed they were aware of the reports. Today, I reached out to the Mexican consulate here in North Carolina and Cabo for details from Mexican law enforcement. But as of tonight, we have not heard back. And Molly and Jamie back here live, Shanquella's family still have a lot of questions about what happened to their daughter. Last week in our sit-down interview, they told me they were told that their daughter died from alcohol poisoning. They believe there was foul play. They also showed me a piece of paper, and that paper was a death certificate that also, they say, sheds light on what happened tonight at 11. I'll share that document and plus the answers and questions they still have. Reporting live in Charlotte, Brandon Hamilton, WBTV, on your side.
Yeah, lots of questions, and you are in search of answers, Brandon. We'll see you at 11 o'clock. We also know many of you have been following this story on WBTV.com. Be sure to check in there for any updates on the investigation into Shanquella's death.
Okay. I'm sure her parents have many questions, and they deserve all the answers. And I agree with them. There's foul play here. Something is just so off with this whole thing. That video is horrific, but it shows things. And I'm sure there's more to the video than what's been released. Thankfully, I hope they don't release any more, unless need be. But I'm sure the FBI's got the video in its entirety, because in my opinion, it looked like the girl was headed right back over to continue welling on her. And this girl was defenseless. Defenseless. I have questions about the whole situation. And could this have been a setup? I mean, watch the very first couple seconds of the video. It's like she comes out of the bathroom or something and she's totally naked, and she's going to run around naked in front of guy friends and stuff. It was almost like she was being forced into even going over to this so-called female friend that did the welling. And like I said, there's all kind of stuff being said now. We're going to go into a video. I'm going to show you some of sWorld live the other day. She put out a really nice video about this girl too. But this is a live she did yesterday about this. The friends are already starting to turn on each other, of course. And like I said, there's accusations being thrown around about the one friend. And there was an article even printed about it. I seen and read the article. And he has been accused of R-ing several women. And this is the one, he claims he wasn't there, but the other friends are saying he was there. And if you listen to the guy doing the recording saying, why don't you hit back, do something, it does sound a lot like him. But, so, and the friends have scattered. The female that did the beating is rumored to be transgender. And also is rumored to be hiding out in Connecticut somewhere. So I'm just hoping that the FBI's got the real footage and can put pressure onto Mexico and something gets done. That there is justice for this girl. Answer for these parents. And just pray for them. God bless them. But let's get into sWorld's world. This is a tough story, man. This is just, wow. You go away with your friends. Now, there were 7 friends. 6 are okay. It doesn't say where all 6 friends were either. There's so many details. Where was all the friends? Clearly, there was at least 3 in the room besides her. Maybe more. But you can tell there was the one doing the welling. The rumored transgender female. There was the dude, the Naxium or whatever they call him, doing the filming and talking. And then you can see where another man steps over to the side. So, yeah. Where's the other friends? I mean, this was within 24 hours of getting there. And the injury was so severe, she passed away within 15 minutes of her injury, according to what the coroner's office has stated. Yeah. But let's get into this. Mexico
Then a video surfaced of what really happened. And let's see if I can play a little bit of this video.
She's a beautiful
Of course,
young lady.
it's just the still. Here's
Look how
a
pretty
little
she
sound
is.
of what happened.
Beautiful.
Hold on.
Sad. A waste of life. Waste.
If I have, is this it?
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No. Him.
What's your At least something.
Oh, she says no.
At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up.
Look, she can't even defend herself, and that girl is headed back over to her.
As you can hear, somebody is filming it. Nobody's helping. They're encouraging her to fight back. She says on the tape, no.
Clearly.
Okay, it gets worse. Okay, so that surfaced. And then one of her friends came out. His name is Nazir.
Nazir, that's his
Wiggins. Name. This is my first time catching a live and love it. Thank you, Willette Smith. I appreciate it. Okay, so now it really gets bad.
Yeah,
so
he puts out a live. I don't know if it was TikTok, Facebook, one of them, claiming he had nothing to do with this and he arrived afterwards. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Because he doesn't even sound like he's telling the truth. Just listen to him. There's only a clip of it here, but I've seen the whole thing. He's not telling the truth.
Her friend who was there, his name is Nazir Wiggins, he made a tape. And he came out and said that he wasn't there when all this went down. He came the following day. Here's a little clip of that.
Everybody that know me heard me say this shit. That was my first video when I got there. Or second, because I made a video of he pulling up to the villa. But he was cutting up the guy. I'll get the timestamp for y'all, but
why did he take the volume off who took the volume off? What was he cutting up out on? So he said when he got there was 3 dudes there? Okay, and one was out on the patio cutting up what? What? And then you said, oh, it's my second video. I made one when I first got there. Uh-huh. Don't think that all these timestamps can't be checked. And you probably didn't think there would be any checking because you all seemed to get away with what you did. But don't think you got away yet.
That's not going to work, so I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together.
Yeah, you couldn't show timestamps,
He's getting ready to cuss. So what he's saying is when he came up, one of the other 3 guys was on the balcony cutting something up. Okay, now this is when it gets interesting. His name is Nazir.
Okay, now here goes into, this is where the friends start turning on each other, and all these accusations are being hurled around already.
Now, according to the rumors, his friends are coming out against him. They're calling him a liar. They said he's trying to save his own and that he was there. We all know that the girl on the tape, her name was
now this is supposed to be the transgender female. I don't know if that's
She has skipped town. She has left North Carolina and went to I don't have that. She went
Connecticut, right?
She's supposed to be hiding out in Connecticut. Okay. Yeah. They are all turning on each other. Then a woman, her name is Rihanna. Let's see if I can get this out. She came out on Twitter and made this posting. She said that Nazir Wiggins AR'd her in high school. Okay, so let me see if I can make it bigger so you guys can read it.
And this Nazir, I believe, is the one
Nazir Wiggins was my R
on her
in high school, and nobody believed
Sounds like him.
Years later, he wanted for participating in the M of a Black woman. Wow. Believe us the first time. Not only that, she came out and accused him of this. Now it's being reported, and let me see if I can find that article, that he didn't just do this to her. It's alleged that he's done 3 other women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a mess.
Like I said, something about the whole thing just doesn't make sense. Okay, he's saying there was 3 other men there. So you're telling me that it was just those 2 girls, or was there another girl that went with them? Or was it all guys? And how come the other girl is fully clothed, but Shaniqua wasn't? They called her Neek. She wasn't. It was almost like she had no choice but to go out there like that with this girl. Something more happened in this room. What was the guy out on the patio cutting up? Okay, there's more that happened here. I truly think this girl was set up. Something more than just a beatdown happened here.
He alleged it 3 other women. These are some thugs. These are some thugs. And it sounds like Nazir is the leader of the thugs. Here's a picture of him. And if you ask me, it seems like on the tape when someone's saying do something, it sounds like him.
Yeah, I agree with you, sWorld.
If you ask me, it sounds like him.
It does.
Here's a picture of him up close.
It may not be, but it does sound like him.
Also, it's being reported that the FBI has gotten in contact with Mexico, and now they're opening up a formal investigation.
I hope so.
And they heard the cries of the people, because this has been trending all day. People were hashtagging the FBI and everything. According to this article, it was confirmed by the place that they were staying. It's not even an Airbnb. It's a resort. That there has been an investigation open on this. These people need to be stopped. Now, according to the law, is not much that they can do. This happened in the state of Mexico, the country, Mexico. We have to be really careful when we leave the country because we go by their rules. Just through the grace of God, they decided, and maybe I have a feeling that the FBI played a major role in this. Wouldn't you say, Perry? Because everyone was tweeting them.
Right,
everybody was going in.
Yeah, I am so glad that the FBI is involved and is reaching out to Mexico. And come on, Mexico, step up and do the right thing here. Because if it was a young, beautiful, vibrant woman over here on vacation from your country, and this was done to her, you can bet it would have been a whole different ballgame. You owe her family that much. You really do. And you owe her. And if these friends did this, then they need to be punished for it. They need to be charged with her murder. And they need to visit the inside of a Mexican prison. Because this woman was beaten to death. And I truly believe there's more than that to this story. There's a lot more to this story. It just, I don't get it. I don't get it. The one dude claimed he was her best friend, but yet he stood there and watched her get beat like that. And then, wow. I've seen where another creator said that he, in his opinion, tried to pour alcohol down her throat to make it appear that it was alcohol poisoning as to what, the alcohol that did it. I don't know if that's true. Like I said, there's so many things being said and rumors going around. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and I don't know if the truth is ever going to be found out. How much did they videotape? How many videos did the FBI get a hold of? There's just more going on here. I'm just wondering if that poor girl wasn't being abused by the men, because it's just funny that it's not funny. That's not what I meant. It's just, why was she the only one unclothed? And it seemed like, to me, she was forced into going into this fight with this girl. It's like why these guys stood there to film it all. There's so much more to this, I have a feeling, and I don't think it's going to be good. And in just my opinion, again, I keep saying it, but I do think she was set up. And I do think there was foul play. And there needs to be justice for Shanquella Robinson and her family. There really does. So people keep watching these videos and passing them around, sharing them, keep talking about it. Let's keep the pressure on. Hopefully something will happen. Well, let's finish up this live here.
On them, they're saying, how could this happen? There's also a petition. So everyone came through. Everybody came through. And now it looks like something might happen. I hope it does. I'm sorry, but it appears now that you have to keep your friends close as you do
there is a petition on change.org, and I think Rabbit listed it also, and I'm going to share a link with it if I can here. So yeah, go to it, and like I said, keep talking about this. Let's keep the pressure on. Let's get justice for her and for her family.
With friends like these, who needs enemies? It's
right.
Insane. Now,
those aren't no friends.
These are just pure thugs. Let me give you an example. So one of the women, her name is Alisa Hyatt. It's being reported. Now, what did I do with that, Perry?
And this is the other woman?
It's being reported that her sister lost her life the next day when they got home from Mexico through DV.
Yeah.
I have to be careful how I say it. Through DV. They know who did it. It's an ex-boyfriend. But I'm giving you...
I heard that. I thought it was the day before, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, the one girl involved, her sister was just murdered because of DV. It was a DV murder. It's sad. But yeah, this is just a mess. I mean, the people involved are some shady-ass people. You got one that's being there's accusations that he's an artist. You got the one that did the beating. You got, and then there's some shady shit going on here.
A background of what these people are, okay? It's also being reported that the 3 men in particular are going around telling everybody that Nazir is a liar, and he was definitely there.
So
that would
men.
be Khalil Cook, who's supposed to be Shanquella's best friend, and Malik.
Yeah, some best friend.
People are talking. They're mixing up their stories. At first, they agreed that Nazir wasn't there, and now they're saying he was there. They're saying that Nazir does not have very good character. They're calling him dangerous. And it looks like in an effort to save his own he came up with this cockamamie story. I don't know, Perry, what did he think the others was going to do while he run around trying to protect himself?
I'm not sure, right? I mean, but if he was the boyfriend, according to the first story, he was there that night.
Yeah.
Then he said he appeared the next day. But couldn't they just simply check the plane ticket?
Okay, so he was the boyfriend of who? Of Shaniqua or of the girl doing the beatdown? Because I don't know any boyfriend that would stand there and film his girlfriend being beat like that and not interfere, not stop it. No one asked him to do anything but stop it. That's all he had to do was just stop it. There's more going on here. And that one dude says he was her best friend. Are you kidding me? You stood there. Wow. Yeah, there's so much that needs to come out.
The FBI can look into this.
Right.
I don't think it's hard. I think
and
they're going to turn on each other.
And he started saving his own
there's more video
clips. You know how it is. Well, they ain't gonna pin this on me. And then he went live on social media. I don't know what he was thinking. If he didn't realize this was going to get around town and in the hands of the FBI.
Right.
Who goes on social media these days and tries to cover your anything you do on social media is not considered private. It's public property. And if they were hashtagging before, when you come on to say this is how it went down, they're going to hashtag you too.
Right.
What do you think is going on?
No, I mean, really, I don't know. But if he know he was
Yeah, why did he come out like that? And I'm sorry, I've seen his whole little video thing, not just a clip. I watched the whole thing. The dude's clearly not telling the truth. I don't know what he's lying about, but he's clearly not telling the truth. And in my opinion, I do agree with Sherelle. It does sound a lot like him. Maybe it's not him. I don't know. But it sounds a lot like him being the one in that video, you know, telling her to fight back, telling her to do something. And he's... let's
He
just
should have
finish
did
this
something
up.
that night, and maybe he trying to distance himself for not doing anything, or are they trying to imply that he's the person that caused?
They're trying to imply that. I don't believe anybody. I don't believe any of them. They're
Right.
all liars. The main girl took off. So if you're not guilty, that screams guilty. Headed in hiding somewhere in Connecticut, is believed to be in Bridgeport or Hartford, Connecticut. If you guys in that area and you see a woman that looks like this, let me see if I can put this back up. Call the FBI, call your local police department, because I'm sure they want to talk to her.
Yeah, and I mean, really, I don't get if you got a friend and you're in a different country, who abandons their friend? And I get it. People got plane tickets. You get to leave the next day, whatever. But I would count on the person's parents or somebody to help me get a ticket. But I'm staying with that person.
Perry, she had passed away. But I get what you're meaning is they just left her body there and didn't think twice. I get where you're coming from, though. I do.
Say it again?
Well, okay.
Yeah.
They
It's the
all
way he
left
worded it.
her down in Mexico.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, and I get
you.
people got plane tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like the date you leave the next day or whatever. And you may not have no more money. Right? But what I'm simply saying is that I would count on that person's parents. If I'm telling you this, I'm going to stay with your kid. You know what I'm saying? To help me get back. There's other ways of getting back.
You're saying you're not leaving until
I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Even if I had financial issues where, I couldn't really afford it, I'm not going to leave a friend like that.
Now, I'm going to address this rumor that Ann is talking about. It's all over social media. This is Dejanay right here. They're saying that she's transgender. I haven't verified it, but it's all over social media that she's transgender.
So, she's a man beating on a woman then,
you can't
really.
tell. I don't know.
I mean, look at how she was
I know
on
she
her.
needs to get back down here and talk to the cops. I feel that eventually they're all going to get caught.
And they should. I hope they do.
I don't know.
Well,
for sure.
I mean, the way they acting.
All right, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I don't know how much you're following this. It's a tough story. But I just, there's so many, I'm sure there's more video. If they filmed that, there's more video. And I have serious questions because, I don't know, it just seems like that was all set up. Something more was going on. And I'm hoping the FBI does get the answers for the family. And come on, Mexico, step up and do the right thing. At least investigate it. Give this family their due justice. Give this girl her justice. Because she was clearly beaten. Violently beaten. And that was the cause of her death. But guys, again, thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, their acting it's just unheard of.
I mean, just from the beginning.